a reason. They call this the prettiest little stadium in America. Glad to have you with us from Paulson Stadium. EA Sports College Football with an early season non-conference showdown that might carry a little more weight than just conference bragging rights. It's the Rice Owls and the Georgia Southern Eagles. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Checking in with Georgia Southern's head coach before the game. He knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Guys, back to you.
All right, Holly. Georgia Southern will kick it off to get things started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Defense all over him.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Brown wants to pass. In traffic, it's Jackson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Good job just to get rid of that one.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on 3rd down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
Punt is on its way. On the return. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Handoff from the gun. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Handoff again. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on 3rd down expecting him to get the ball again.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Johnson looking to throw. Caught. Breaks free, and he might be gone. At the 30. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, third down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and you know that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those third downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good.
Snags it, and he's open. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
Georgia Southern will have it now, first and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. This time they'll throw it. Oh, it goes right through his hands. They had everything set up on the screen except the catch. It'll be third down.
And this has been a really good first drive, man. You talk about scripting the first however many plays. It's different for all the coordinators. Nice drive down the field. Now set up in a third down situation. Let's stay aggressive. Let's capitalize on this momentum and not try to kick these field goals, because you know kicking field goals sometimes down the road can come back to bite you.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. Just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about in that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Owls offense comes out ready to go to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Long way to go on second down. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Brown will throw it. And he can't grab the bullet pass on third down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Wants to throw on first. Finds the tight end. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver going in motion. Second down, going to throw it. Left side is Dallas. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
The Eagles lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Right at the line. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Owl offense is out there to get this drive underway. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Finds his target. There he goes. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. Brown wants to pass. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Second and long here. From the gun, it's Jackson. 5-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great sailor. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. So keep your eyes focused downfield until the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
Fires to the right. And it's incomplete on third down. Here they come on 4th and short from the 50. Before they snap it on 4th down, we have a timeout call. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. They'll try it over the left side. Runs into a wall, they'll give him 1 out to the 8.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Johnson wants to throw it. And the timing just a hair off.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. And you don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. He gets it up to the 17 before being wrestled out of bounds. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And that's a gift, right? Like, he was pretty dang open, and that drag route came open, and he had a chance to catch that, chew up some yards, but the defense will take it. And I tell you what, when you go over the middle, man, you got to have some courage, and I don't know if he felt some pressure and some bodies around him, but that was a clear drop.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like, the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Makes the catch. It's held. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've reached the end of the period. Georgia Southern is on top as we get a look at the numbers so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. They've got a first down here to open the period. Johnson looking to throw. Complete. Turning it on. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, they're trying to hit the out route to the perimeter of the field. It's a good route by the wide receiver. He just drops the ball.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. He lets one fly deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
3rd down has been right in the wheelhouse on this drive. They've already converted a couple of times, but they need the full 10 yards now. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback. On 3rd down, really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Making his first move. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Rice makes its way onto the field to get things going on offense. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Brown will throw it. Back's got it on the screen. Crosses to 35. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Fresh setter downs going to the air. Escapes the pressure to his right. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys too, so good luck stopping him.
And the Owls will line it up on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Jackson. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Brown wants to pass. It's complete to the right. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. Timeout called by the Eagles. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Drops back on 1st down. Holds on, it's Jackson.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Owls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. They were all over it.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
in short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. From the gun, wants to pass. Under pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And the field goal ties it up here in the 2nd quarter.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Makes a move. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. On the run, it's Jackson. All over him immediately.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
A negative way to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Brown will throw it. Looking to the big tight end. The sure hands, it's Falk. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Fresh set of downs going up top. Makes the grab. Runs through a man. He might have space. Inside the 30. Inside the... And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Rice. The extra point here would tie the game. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they light up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Johnson wants to throw it. He'll take a deep shot here. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And the Eagles peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Reels it in.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
The Eagles come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Out wide right, it's Hollins. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Quick completion on the out. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And with that last grab coming up just short of the sticks, plenty of options here on 2nd and short. Could not make his way to the corner. Timeout taken by the offense as their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Motion from the wideout. Johnson looking to throw. Finds his man. Open space at the 25. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
The timing needs to be precise on those out routes, and the quarterback just gave him too much ground to cover.
Yeah, and you got to know when to throw that. Right when he's breaking out of his break, I got to put that ball and put it on him. And you could tell the timing was a little bit off, just a little too much juice for the QB.
Second down, going to throw it. This time he's got it. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Fires to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but they've got it now 1st and goal. And you go to old Mr. Reliable in the red zone, and you still have a chance to turn this into 6 instead of 3.
And 3rd down, great job by this offense. Move the chains, give yourself another fresh set of downs, but find the big targets in the red zone. Those guys make life easy on a quarterback.
He'll set up to throw. He's going for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On the move. Brought down short of the end zone, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. How about this defense making a statement to end the half with a sack? That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. We're just about ready to start the second half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Georgia Southern's offense comes out to get this drive started. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning.
Going downfield for the big play. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Makes a nice grab at the 25. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Handoff to the single running back.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll ride him again. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Brown wants to pass. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Out wide left, it's Jackson. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Owls come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Oh, the fake. They snapped it to the up man. He's on the move. He didn't get it, and what a stop by this defense to get the football back. This is probably one of those plays where you wish you had a do-over button so you could just punt that thing away. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. One running back in the backfield, and he has it.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Just feeds the running back. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. He got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
And the Eagles come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And they stop him there with a tackle for a loss. And how about the run defense in this football game? A lot of coaches, man, they talk about it. Coming into a game, first thing we have to do is stop the run. Both these defenses so far have been up for the challenge.
Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on 4th. Got his man down the middle. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
The Eagles getting set on 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Left side is Helms. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. That one will give them the lead.
Well, I love the decision-making by the quarterback, going to his go-to receiver in that situation of the game, but defense, come on. You got to know that's the guy the QB's looking for.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They'll go to work, trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Running inside, it's Jackson. Out across the 30, marked down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Brown will throw it. Turns up, it's Jackson. 7-yard pickup on that one. 3rd down and 3 coming. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Turns it upfield.
And I feel like they kind of needed that play right here on 3rd down, man. They've kind of struggled. They've had to punt several times this football game. They've already dug themselves a hole. Maybe that will give them a little adrenaline shot. Maybe that can give them some momentum moving forward. They got to have something. They need a spark to get back in this football game.
This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. From the gun. Looking long. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defenders staying right by the receiver and the intended target. As a result, that ball's incomplete.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Brown wants to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter. Georgia Southern has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Caught, it's Dallas. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. I think that receiver really had two choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he was going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these curl routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm. The receiver found the soft spot in the zone, and man, the quarterback gave him no choice.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
And the Eagles back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over 1st and 10.
The Owls offense comes out ready to go to work. What a huge play, what a huge mistake that was with that last interception. And now this offense has a chance late. Got the first down. Oh, he's got some space.
Gain of 21 on the play. That's a 1st down for the offense.
And the Owls, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Wants to throw on 1st. Pulls it in. It's Falk.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Hits inside. It's Jackson. Bring him down.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Pivotal moment, perhaps even a decisive play coming on 3rd and 3. Brown will throw it. Here comes the heat. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Tries to do it himself. And he get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Nice play to knock that one down.
You know, if you're going to defend the slant route, you've got to be physical near the line of scrimmage. You saw that on defense there.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Out wide left, it's Lane. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Extra point here will tie the game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. So that drive didn't have to cover a lot of ground, going 47 yards, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he's not going to take the touchback. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The Eagles come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Johnson looking to throw. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Long way to go on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Working that left side. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. He's got it. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Man, it's players over plays, isn't it? Like, find your guys, find your matchups. They keep finding him on this drive, and he keeps delivering. That's a really good job by the play caller. Don't try to get tricky. Don't try to outsmart yourself. Your guy is better than his guys.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Late game execution is going to be huge, and this offense, man, I like it so far. They're putting this drive together, going down, trying to get some points and change this football game.
And the Eagles have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. The Eagles kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And this offense can stay balanced because they still have those 3 timeouts in their pocket. They need to put a good drive together, but right now they're continuing to stay balanced. They might need to get a little pass happy and a little bit more aggressive after this.
Trying to establish the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Tight end now in motion. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It'll all be decided right here, win or lose on this kick. And he got it! A huge field goal, and they've taken the lead in the waning seconds.
It is a nerve-wracking feeling as a football player when the game comes down to your kicker. And he has to come through, and Palmer, he comes through with flying colors.
And you know in college football, no field goal is automatic. But there's no college kicker situation here. He drills that right through the uprights. And, David, it looks like his team's getting the dub.
This will be the last play of the game and the last chance they have maybe to win it at the gun. Brown wants to pass. Ball is incomplete. Falls to the turf, and that's going to do it. And it went right down to the final play. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt. They sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.